State of New California, notice to all Californians, Chapter 2, Grievance 16. Originally read August 11th, 2020. New California is a new state in development exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Sections 3 and 4 of the United States Constitution. Statement of intent. The citizens of New California have decided to remedy the abuse of power by the government of California by exercising their right to form a new state provided in United States Constitution, Article 4, Sections 3 and Section 4. We are determined to live under a state government in the United States of America and under the Constitution of the United States. New California Declaration of Independence, January 15, 2018 states, whenever any form of government becomes destructive in its right of it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it and to institute new government. When a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Preamble of the New California State Constitution states, we, the representatives of the undersigned counties within the state of California, do acknowledge and humbly invoke the favor of Almighty God for continued civil and religious liberty to ourselves and our posterity. First Amendment of the United States Constitution states, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution states, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. The counties of New California State brought forward 95 Chapter 1 grievances between January 2018 and November 2019. On April 28, 2020, New California State will issue 95 additional Chapter 2 grievances to be announced in public on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Chapter 2, Grievance 16, Declaration of Grievance, Statement of Facts. The people of California are suffering from a tyrannical state government which fails to provide a Republican form of governance, enables and supports across its southern border the invasion of the United States of America by illegal foreign nationals, and protects vicious criminals who commit outrageous acts of violence upon the citizens of America, all caused by a government of and for a monoparty system led by a tyrannical dictator who openly defies federal law. California state government is in direct violation of the following. United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. United States Constitution, Article 6. This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Fourth Amendment of the United States Constitution. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, and papers and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. Order of the day, $100, please. Following an amazing series of events, New California State has found itself in a never-before-seen position of driving the truth out of criminal state government and its governor. New California State, during its public conference call on May 13, 2020, announced the state of California was short $85 billion going into final financial quarter of 2020. On May 14, 2020, the Legislative Accounting Office, LAO, used the exact same figure of $85 billion to describe California's cash shortfall for the fourth quarter of 2020. New California State's number was obtained from consultations with the LAO and many hours of extreme research. Let's be clear, at the time of the announcement, the LAO did not have the $85 billion number until it was announced on the May 13, 2020 New California State Public Conference Call. New California State declared following the May 13, 2020 announcement that the state of California could no longer borrow either short-term or long-term from lenders because the state was in a default of filing their annual 2018-2019 federal FASA report. This comes after months where the state auditor had failed to file their legally required monthly audit reports. New California State then warned on numerous occasions California did not have the cash available to continue the services of state government. California then went and borrowed from its own accounts, utilizing a technique they termed from borrowable resources, a term where the state would borrow money from any means necessary, even from federal dollars that were being held in trust for COVID-19 and unemployment purposes known as the coronavirus relief funds. The state of California, desperate for cash, used the COVID-19 and unemployment funds for some relief required by law, but not all was used for relief. Virtually all of the federal funds that remained were used for other purposes that are expressly forbidden by law. Now the cash from the federal government is gone, and hundreds of thousands of Californians who were legally qualified for these COVID-19 and unemployment coronavirus relief funds have been left empty-handed. On August 8, 2020, President Trump declared a press conference in Bedminster, New Jersey, said he will provide $400 per week in extended benefits, a payroll tax holiday, and eviction protections. States will have the option of adding more money onto the $400 federal unemployment extension, Trump said. They can use monies they haven't used for coronavirus battles. For unemployment, states will be asked to cover 25% or $100 of costs using existing funds through the coronavirus relief funds. During the August 9th, 2020 New California State Public Conference Call, the details of President Trump's executive orders were discussed, and it was immediately recognized that the state of California had already spent the coronavirus relief funds and would not be able to provide for cover 25% or $100 of cost in order to make the $400 required benefits to Californians offered by President Trump's executive orders. Later on in the evening of August 9th, 2020, the California Department of Public Health Director and State Health Officer announced her resignation. She did not give a reason for her resignation. On August 10th, 2020, the California governor declared that the state could not afford to pay its share of President Donald Trump's new expansion of unemployment benefits because it did not have the money. From Breitbart, August 10, 2020, Newsom press conference. Newsom said that providing $100 per week could cost the state $700 million per week, rising to nearly $3 billion if the federal portion of the benefits were to run out of money. He said that the coronavirus aid that had already been given to the state had already been allocated to other spending priorities, and that the state did not have the money to make up the difference. The state cannot shoulder this burden without cutting important services, he said. Moreover, he said paying the additional $100 weekly benefit through the state's beleaguered unemployment system would also result in time delays and enormous consternation for people applying for benefits. It was not clear whether Newsom had shut the door entirely on the expanded unemployment benefits. President Trump said on Sunday that the federal government might be able to fund the entire program. New California State Movement has for over 5 years been utilizing Article 4, Section 3 to form a new state in defiance of the California dictator, just like the Founding Fathers had planned. New Californians will not comply. The California governor is a pusillanimous, craving dictator whose words and actions are a grave danger to all U.S. citizens living in California, while the state continues to operate outside the authorities of the U.S. Constitution, violating Articles 4, Section 4, Article and Section 4, Article 6, the First Amendment and Fourth Amendments. For New Californians, it is our God-given right, it is our duty to protect our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights with all means necessary from a craven dictator. All dictators come to a point in their reign of terror where they laid bare, they are exposed, they are naked for the world to see. California's governor is now at the point where his edicts are meaningless, ineffective, and not being followed by the people. We request the President of the United States act immediately to remedy these abuses by the establishment of New California State. Insurrection. The government of California, the current socialist governor dictator, and monoparty system along with local officials are following a coordinated design with the intent to actively engage in acts of insurrection against the U.S. Constitution. The Insurrection Act of 1807 and the Emergency Economic Powers Act are United States federal laws that govern the ability of the President of the United States to deploy military troops within the United States to put down lawlessness, insurrection, and rebellion, acts of secession. Therefore, the California government, in conjunction with the socialist state executive instituted wherever the current socialist governor dictator has usurped power, has created a reign of terror on United States citizens living in California with the intent to secede from the United States of America and thus destroy the very union of states which secures our liberty and freedom. Abdication of authority. Betrayal by the sitting socialist governor dictator of California, the monoparty legislature, and local elected officials is evidence of abdication of their responsibilities of authority and sovereignty over the state and citizens of the United States living in California. Prayer. The citizens of New California State pray for the President to exercise his authority over the Insurrection Act of 1807 or the Emergency Economic Powers Act to end the tyranny being foisted upon the United States citizens living in California State. This concludes these proceedings. NewCaliforniaState.com, phone number 877-828-2755.